On Osrc News at 7, President Buhari, Governor Akeredolu, other leaders lay wreath to celebrate 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. Nigeria records 42 new cases of COVID-19. Security agencies rescued 12 more Edo-trained kidnapped victims. And from the foreign scene, Zimbabwe police arrest 25 opposition members ahead presidential elections. Very good evening. Thank you for joining us on Osrc News at 7. My name is Timile Faladi. We begin the news this evening with stories of the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrations. President Muhammadu Buhari has led top government functionaries, including the Minister of Defense, retired Major General Bashir Magashi, to lay wreaths at the National Arcade Ground, Abuja, to mark the grand finale of the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebrations. The ceremony was very solemn and a highly regimental event held by the Nigerian Armed Forces to honor the fallen heroes who paid the supreme price in the line of duty serving the nation. President Buhari later performed the symbolic laying of wreath at the feet of a known soldier alongside the Defense Minister and the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello. Among others, he joined the wreath-laying ceremony with Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, the Senate President Dr. Ahmad Lawan, the Speaker of the House of Representatives Femi Gbajabiamila, Chief Justice of the Federation, Chief of Defense Staff General Lucky Rabo, the Air and Naval Chiefs, and the IGP. President Buhari later signed the Members' Days Register and released the pigeons which signify peace in the nation. Meanwhile, Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu says his administration will continue with empowerment programs through capacity trainings and skills acquisition to further support widows of departed heroes to be self-reliant. Governor Akeredolu gave the assurance at the final laying of wreath to commemorate the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in honor of Nigerian fallen heroes held at the cenotaph in Akure. The governor led heads of security agencies, legislature, judiciary, local government council, traditional rulers, and widows to lay the wreath in honor of heroes who died in active duty. And still on Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebrations, retired officers in the Nigerian Armed Forces have called for an improved intervention in the area of welfare, particularly finances and medical benefits for them to stay relevant in society. Recounting some of the experiences they have passed through in the service of the fatherland, one of the delights, they say, will be for government at all levels to tap from the wealth of experience to make Nigeria better. Osrc's Sahid Arabisala, this report fills reports of ex-servicemen, most of whom still bear scars of war.
Mr. Adekoye was just 18 when he joined the Nigerian Army and he had to retire due to an injury which has left pellets of bombshell in his body. Though age and strength may have betrayed him and many of his colleagues who are living heroes who laid their lives for Nigeria, the memories of the time past is forever cherished.
I gained a lot of things from the army on communication.
But with this memory also comes a mixed bag of pain and lamentation following their meritorious service to their fatherland.
We, the medically retired military officers, they are not doing us well. It wasn't like that by the time they retired us. We were going smoothly. Our salary was being increased as at one due. Suddenly, they came here about 3 years back we cut our salary into two. Despite that, we suffer some degrees of injuries. We went to Abuja because of this. 3 times. Reaching Abuja, I was being directed to Lokoja. Running from Akure to Abuja back to Lokoja. I fell sick on the road.
Most of our money are not been paid up till now. They are cajoling us. Often time they will tell for this very person we are expecting money. The Muslims have to bring some money at ransom. Nobody can even say this is the basic money that I'm taking. We are very embittered.
Nigeria's armed forces remains one to be reckoned with across the world, and these living heroes who put in the work for a very number of years as far back as the country's independence want their invaluable efforts to gain more recognition.
The army in the year 1983, after serving 40 years plus in the army, the authority said that those who serve 10 years and above should write for discharge. And I wrote, I went on course, I left the army. Till today, nothing was given to me. I have a pension certificate which was given to me by the military. This is my pension certificate, the new pension given to me. Then they do verification. This is which is qualifying me to receive pension from the service. Since today I was not given anything.
While they continue to carry the burden, which by virtue of their chosen path remains rested on their shoulders, they crave collaboration from fellow countrymen who they had swore to protect to make Nigeria better.
There is always going to be crisis. In the country, you must not let the air servicemen out of the job. You can still invite some of them to assist.
January the 15th every year is etched in the history books as Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Nigeria, a time to acknowledge the sacrifice of heroes past. But for those who by dint of luck or grace have remained alive, they are arguably living heroes and must be treated as such. Sahira Ibisala, OSRC News.
In the meantime, the Ondo State government has donated 16 million naira to widows of fallen heroes in the state to ameliorate their sufferings. The fund was made available through the state microcredit agency as part of activities to commemorate the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Akure. Omorio Olakungbeji has more.
For the past 12 years, it has become a tradition in Ondo State during Armed Forces Remembrance Day for government to empower wives of the fallen heroes in order to ameliorate their suffering. This year, members of the Nigeria Legion in need of support also benefited from the government's gesture. Administrative Secretary of Ondo State Microcredit Agency, Banjo Akingbadi, said 86 widows from the barracks and 40 women from the League of Legion benefited from this year's free interest loan.
As they come around, as they do the necessary documentation, we will still be able to accommodate more people, more of them, because it is our responsibility to ensure that all of them are accommodated and are provided with these interest-free loans.
Chairman, Ondo State Microcredit Agency, Adenike Ademujimi, who confirmed that some women received 600,000 naira, posited that the selection was done in connection with 32 Artillery Brigade.
The governor has been gracious enough to make funds available for them to support them in their various vocations. So they should go and work and ameliorate their sufferings.
Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Adebumi Oshadaun, said the ministry is working towards commissioning a skill acquisition center to further train women, including wives of military personnel, in complementing government's efforts to ease their stress.
This 600, 500, 400 we are talking about, you should give it to them. And it is out of it they will cook, out of it do some responsibility of the children going to school. The money may not last. But add a little craft to it. Do some sewing, do some cake baking, do some petty selling gari, rice in cups in the barracks will make a difference, and we are really working towards that. As early as our center is open.
The check was handed over to the beneficiaries by Ondo State Deputy Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa.
If I receive the money on my business, I buy cocoa, onion, and plantain. Rice ẹ̀wà àti pété wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́ àwọn bí ògbẹ́ta ìṣàgbọ́n ìtùkú ọ̀sẹ̀ yẹn kò mí yọ lẹ́dí màmá bá kò wọ́n ò palẹ̀ dà padà ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kẹta lélẹ̀ tó máa fún wa. Mo fi ń tajà ní provisions mo máa ń tà so tó bá dẹ̀ ti da December àtúndà padà tó bá tún dàbí January sí February wọ́n tún fún wa ní ìmí.
The agency assured that the fund will be more to the beneficiaries who lived up to expectation in their payment come next year. Omori Olahungbeji, Osrc News.
Now, the state governor, Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, says his administration will continue with empowerment programs through capacity training and skills acquisition to further support leaders of the party adherents to be self-reliant. Governor Akeredolu gave the assurance at the final laying of roof to commemorate the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in honor of Nigerian fallen heroes held at the Cenotaph in Akure. The governor led heads of security agencies, legislature, judiciary, local government council, traditional rulers and widows to lay the wreath in honor of heroes who died on active duty. Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu inspected the guards of honor, laid a wreath, and released balloons, which signifies peace in honor of Nigeria's fallen heroes who sacrificed their lives to keep Nigeria safe and maintain the territorial integrity of the country. Governor Akeredolu lauded the Nigerian Army for the patriotism, for fighting earnestly for the sustainability of the country by ensuring that peace is sustained. The governor, who was represented by his deputy, Lucky Ayedatiwa, reiterated the commitment of his administration to do everything possible that no segment of people in the state will be neglected in the interest of all and sundry.
Today's celebration, which is the final parade, laying of wreaths and empowerment of the widows of the departed heroes, is always symbolic in memory of our fallen heroes. All over the world, every society has unique culture and ways through which they honor their heroes. The parade and laying of wreaths is therefore part of our own culture of honoring our heroes in Nigeria. This is therefore our own sublime way of showing respect for them.
He encouraged other stakeholders to continue to complement government efforts at supporting widows of fallen heroes to resuscitate their businesses.
Aside the traditional parade and laying of wreaths, it will interest you to know that the state has gone a step further to add empowerment to the widows of the fallen heroes to be part of the annual celebration. This is done annually to lighten the burden of maintenance of the homes of the widows that were left behind by the departed heroes. It is our belief that this gesture will go a long way to support those that are still in active service to put in their best in the service of their fatherland.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Development, Dr. Juliana Oshadao, and State Chairman Nigerian Legion, retired Colonel Olu Apata, said over 86 women would benefit from various donations set aside by government this year.
We thank Mr. Governor, who has always been very passionate about the security of the state. and even welfare of both the serving officers and the retired ones.
The event witnessed the presentation of checks to wives of Nigerian fallen heroes and those alive to support their businesses. Lagos, the state government has restated its commitments to support military and paramilitary organizations in the strive to maintain security and peace in the country, even as it vowed to always remember those who fell while defending the country. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu gave the assurance at the parade and laying of wreath ceremony to commemorate the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day held at the Remembrance Arcade, Tafawa Balewa Square, Lagos Island. You're still watching OSRC News at 7. We'll take a quick break now. Do stay with us. Glad to have you back. You're still on to OSRC News at 7. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook OSRC TV Ondo, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. In a bid to enhance effective personal hygiene among students of Akure High School, Al Alliance Club Akure has made provisions for a public convenience within the school premises. Aisha Badmus, who witnessed the commissioning of a project, reports that emphasis was placed on proper waste management by the students as well as school administrators. The report is presented from our studios.
Acknowledging the need for a clean atmosphere and proper hygiene management, the Akure Ala Lions Club District 404 A1 Nigeria embarked on a project in Akure High School towards ensuring that the school is well equipped with quality public convenience for the use of the students. At the commissioning of the project, the district governor of the club, Mr. Ano Anyanwu, who performed the foundation laying of the toilet facility, noted that the aim of the project is to educate students as well as staff of the school on the need for proper waste disposal.
The Lions Clubs International have 3 focal service areas: sight, diabetes, environment, pediatric cancer, and hunger. And here, we decided that protection of the environment is based on effective management of resources, and one of the resources that we must manage well to protect our environment is plastic, because plastic is not biodegradable. The best way to handle it is by recycling. And I'm glad that the clubs in Akure are doing projects, meaningful projects that will benefit mankind.
A member of the club, Mr. Dayo Aregweshola, while recounting the ugly experiences encountered by some students due to non-functional toilets in the school environment, expressed hope that the project will be of great benefit to both the students and staff of the school.
The absence of toilet facilities in this school created some gap, and we think it's going to be to the advantage and benefit of students and teachers in the school.
The vice principal of the school, alongside students, expressed gratitude to the Akure Ala Lions Club for making the project a reality.
We really appreciate you for the kind gesture you have rendered us. That is Akure Ala Lions Club. We'll promise you that we are going to use this project, these toilets and the dustbin to the best of our ability.
For this project, we are very grateful and we are happy. On this note, we want to say a big thank you for them. We are very grateful.
Accompanying the foundation laying is provision of sanitary equipments such as recycling and disposable bin, among others.
Still on health-related issues, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 42 new cases of COVID-19 in the country in 2 weeks. The cases were recorded in Lagos, Edo, Kano, Nasarawa, Kaduna, Plateau State, and the Federal Capital Territory. According to the NCDC, the 42 new cases brought the nation's confirmed COVID-19 infections to 266,492. It was gathered that the cases were recorded from December 31, 2022 to January 13, 2023. The remains of late Mama Comforts Adekombi have been laid to rest at her Ifon residence in Osrc local government area of Ondo State, with colleagues, family and friends describing her as a trustworthy, objective and dedicated Christian while on earth. Officiating minister at the funeral service held at Jehovah Witness Kingdom Hall in Akure, Lebron Adedapo, enjoined all to serve humanity and leave a legacy that others will be proud of in the future. Omori Olahungbeji reports that late Mama Comfort Adekombi was one of the pioneer panelists of OSRC's dispute resolution program. Ijoko Ojogbon, the report.
Bí ọlọ́dẹ ṣe sọ ní fámìlì ní tó wá pọ́ níṣòro owó tó wá bá yín mo rò pé ẹ fún.
Late Mrs. Comfort Adekombi was one of the co-hosts of Ijoko Ojogbon, a household program on Osrc television, where her contributions were regarded as far-reaching. It is now time for the late television personality to be laid to rest after she has spent 105 years on earth. In a sermon, the officiating minister, Lebron Adedapo, highlighted the good deeds of Mama Comfort Adekombi, stressing that she was generous with her time and resources even in her old age.
Mama, ẹni tí ó ń bá ọkọ rẹ̀ gbé ó sì yẹ kí àwọn obìnrin kí wọ́n tẹ̀lé àpẹẹrẹ rẹ̀ bí Bíbélì ṣe lànà rẹ̀ sílẹ̀. Onígbàgbọ́ Hánhánì Kristẹ̀ ẹlẹ́rìí Jehovah.
The chairman, OSRC Media Group, Mr. Kunle Adebayo, said the lifetime of Mama Adekombi epitomized service to God and mankind, a legacy, he said, must be sustained.
In our climb, what we have had, what we have seen are people and human beings who spend most of their time looking for what society can give them. But Mama served on OSRC's board for our popular program, the public service program, Ijoko Ojogbon, for more than 15 years. Community service without being paid a kobo, that is a defining moment. We thank God for our life.
Anchor of Ijoko Ojogbon, Lekon Olanrewaju, and Mrs. Dorcas Fesobi, alongside other veteran journalists, maintained that the frank, balanced, and objective comments of Mama Comfort Adekombi in Ijoko Ojogbon program were far-reaching in solving difficult issues.
Dedicated, dutiful, upright, and cooperative. She was, in fact, very humble to a core.
Kombi was a precious jewel in the Ijoko Ojogbon program. Because of her age now, she has wisdom and counsel with her. And whatever counsel she gives has impact on the Ijoko Ojogbon.
I was her fan in a way. She always sounded philosophical and very prayerful. That's the hallmark. And she hardly ever made any contribution to that program without first of all being prayerful.
Mama Adekombi's children, including Chief Ade Adekombi, a one-time general manager of OSRC, promised to sustain her.
She's very hardworking, very loving. She doesn't like any acts of injustice. And that is why she took part in the Ombudsman program in Ijoko Ojogbon for many years, and people respected her view.
She's my momentum. She's a woman that from birth.
Mama Comfort Adekombi, during her sojourn on earth, was also a panel member of NTA's Orotunlo from 1979 to 1982. a devout Christian, teacher, and community leader whose life of community service earned many laurels. Mama Comfort Adekombi was interred at her Erinjogunla house, Ifon Owo Road, Ifon, Ondo State. Omoriola Hungbiji, Osrc News.
The Edo State Police Command says 12 more passengers who were abducted at the Ubeja train station have been rescued and held in Ubobia Forest. The State Police Commissioner Mohammed Kwara said the rescue mission was made possible by the joint forces working to ensure the victims are reunited with their families and hurt. Veteran Nollywood actor Femi Taiwo Ogunrombi has passed on. Popular for his role in Wale Adenuga's comedy series Papa Jasko, his demise was confirmed by sources at Ben Carson College of Medicine at Babcock University Teaching Hospital. To end OSRC News at 7, here again are some of the major stories. President Muhammadu Buhari, Ondo State Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, as well as other key Nigerian leaders today lay with to celebrate the 2023 Armed Forces Remembrance Day. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 42 new cases of COVID-19 in the country in 2 weeks. We also told you that the Edo State Police Command has confirmed that 12 more passengers who were abducted at the Ubejan train station have been rescued and held in Ubobia Forest. And that's the news. Thank you for watching. Good night.